quarter front view out of this side view, then I have to do this, okay? Then I go with the other part, the last part on the other side, and I put again that section. So the center line now it's here. Look the difference. This was the original center line, and this is the one I moved on the left. Now, when we look at this one in terms of perspective and feeling, we can see that this car has a round front end. It's not anymore flat. And this is very simple because in top view, if you have this, okay, this is your center line. The more the car is round, the more that center line in this view will go on the left. And the more the car is flat, you see, the more that center line is in the center, therefore flat. So now let's make this car really round in the front. Now don't forget that every time when you put the wheel here, you have to think to put those two wheels here too on the other side. Therefore this wheel here, it's gonna be more or less there. So look, we always get a white space here between the back wheels, okay? Always. Some people don't do it. That's a mistake. Means that your wheel is too much in the back. So make sure that you get, you know, the right balance. So now we put the same thickness, you know, more or less, to the front wheel. This is the center line of my car, okay? You see, now we have a car in 3/4 front with this simple perspective, and we know that I hope you went to check our video interview, the chat of last Friday with designer Fabio Filippini. If you didn't, please check it out. It's on my channel. It is here. You know, it's a very interesting interview. We'll talk also about design education. You know, lots of good advices for those that didn't check it yet. Now, because of perspective, the center of the wheel it's pushed that way, okay? It's normal. Okay, so this is a quick sketch, okay? Just to explain to you in this perspective how we do to make sure that the car looks really around the front. So the center line, once again, I take a red marker. The center line, it's really here, and this is the one I really pushed a little bit more on the left. to make sure, to make sure that I get this type of proportion, which means that the car is really round. Okay. Now, when you do a side view, when you make a 3/4 front from a side view, don't forget that this part here, it's a little bit longer in real life in side view, but in this perspective, because it is turning, this part you have to push it just behind the wheel, you see, like I did. Then another thing you have to remember, it's the wheelbase that comes from your side view has to be in the center of the wheels that are in the back, okay? The same. This one and this one. The distance. Therefore, you get this type of space here in the back, and in the front you have a smaller one. So this one is small, and this one is bigger. Okay? Remember that, because a lot of people make the mistake, they make a big white space here, and here they put everything black. It's not possible. All right? Okay, so this was the number one. Now, let's go to the second type of perspective. With this, so look, there are other perspective, okay? So I just do a little quick thing here, before I did the perspective, but that basically it is like this, okay? This was before. It comes from a side view, and all the vanishing points, okay, as we know, they're all parallel, so basically we have no vanishing points. It goes to the infinite, same thing here, okay? So those are all parallels, okay? Those lines are all parallels, okay? But if we change perspective, and we do a perspective that is more like from a little bit from the top, okay, like this, which is the more interesting, of course, we like it more, then look what happens. Your wheels, they are not anymore circles, but they are ellipses, okay? We have a vanishing point going over there, okay, vanishing point of the right, okay, and then we have vanishing points on the left, sorry, vanishing points on the right. All right, so let's make this more clear this way. We have a minor axis of your ellipse that goes to the vanishing points to the left. Then we have a vanishing point to the right, vanishing point to the left, and those are the main lines, okay? Then of course the shadow will follow the perspective. Okay? All right, so now that I made this quick technical explanation, so I just go, okay? Always following perspective. First of all, I clean up some of my lines. Now, because it's very round, I really don't see that much here. You see? Okay, so now I clean up a little bit on my line. I fix a little bit this here because I really don't like it too much. Of course, this is a quick first sketch, then I should retrace this one and clean it up and make it really nice. But you can see that now it looks much better. Okay, then this belt line is not really well done, so I fix it. According to our perspective, now you can see that also here our front, it's round front. This point and this point are following the perspective. Same thing, those two. Same thing, this part down here. If I draw a line and you take this point and this point, they are following perspective. You see? Now we had a sort of a big hole here in the front, a nice air intake, okay? I am doing it, but I'm thinking about the perspective. So I don't see that much, but I see more of the wing that we have here. Okay, so now I go and get my marker. Okay, so you see, it looks right. Now, there's one thing it's not right. Now I show you. Now that I'm watching it, it's here. See, that line was not nice. So you can still fix. This is just a, this is just a constructing sketch. Then I would overlay and make it really nice and fixing few other little things to make sure that I have a better design, better sketch. But this is a quick way to show you. Okay, so we do again the same graphics for the wheels, okay? Simple graphics, just a demo, quick demo. Okay, like that. Then I will make a little bit of my shadow, cut shadow of the wheel. Okay, and then we put a little bit of the core, you see, on top of the hood. Then you can change this. If you want to do a hood that has a different section, you can do it, no problem. I'm just making simple to be fast, unless this video is gonna last too long. And then of course also here on our windshield. But once again, check how I do it with my marker, so that I get a nice shading, Here is a core, so here has to be darker. And then I start really flying on the paper, basically. I try not to hit too hard. You see? Now the sketches start becoming a little bit more three-dimensional. Then there is another thing we can do, the reflection of the windshield onto the hood, because yes, we do have a reflection of that. and this is the one. So we take our black like that, then we go again with our gray, and this time we're gonna make it a little bit darker like that. You see? Then there is another thing we can do. Now I'm starting to have fun. So another thing we can do is take a number 5, you know, and just make it a little bit darker on the core, you know. This is our focal point, is this one. Therefore, you see, that's what I'm putting now. It's the graphics onto the windshield that usually we have. Okay, my friends, I think that I have done it. All right. I hope that you understood now how to make sure that your top view, all right, has a nice round section in the front. That's what we did today. Okay. So I hope you like it. Thank you very much. Ciao. Subscribe to my channel.